Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we are kicking it off with NFL Week 11 predictions into another week of the NFL. Everything's been chaotic this year. I mean, you have teams that are just unexpectedly doing great, as always. We always have those teams. And then there's some teams that are doing unexpectedly bad. But, yeah, definitely not talking about us. But yeah, let's get straight into this. With tomorrow football, we're starting it off with a good game, actually. Commanders at Eagles. The Commanders, they fell short to the Steelers. Jayden Daniels did not play his best game. He had a lot of incompletions. Well, that's because receivers were dropping the ball all over the place. The defense let up a big Mike Williams touchdown, and the Jets, the Jets probably do not like seeing that right now as they got rid of him to the Steelers. And the Commanders, they, even with that loss, they're just playing excellent football. They're going against a tough Eagles team which demolished Dallas because Dallas has no Dak Prescott, and they didn't even have an offense with him either. Well, they had a better offense than what they do now. But the Cowboys, they're just not a good team either. Defense had a couple good plays, but other than that, they were not able to capitalize off of any of that. So therefore, the Eagles got dominant wins. Saquon, A.J. Brown, and Jalen Hurts doing their things. And honestly, people are like, okay, the Eagles are back to normal, and I agree. Back to where they should be. Hopefully, you don't have that late season collapse again. That would be crazy. But there's a lot of people taking the Eagles today, and I'm not one of them. I am taking the Washington Commanders to win in a close game. I think the Commanders are just such a great team. There's been a lot of questions going into the season whether, if somebody, or there's a lot of holes in their team, and honestly, none of them haven't really did anything, and none of them really hasn't done bad or anything. It just kind of sat there. The defense is just sitting, offensive line is vibing with it. Jayden Daniels getting protection. He's getting the ball out quick. And Jayden Daniels is playing like an MVP and Rookie of the Year at the same time. He's already Rookie of the Year since Caleb Williams is playing like poo-poo right now. But yeah, I'm going to take the Commanders 27-20. And yeah, Commanders win. And we'll go on the next game with the Packers at the Bears. The Packers enjoyed a nice little bye week. After losing to the Detroit Lions, they couldn't really get much going on offense till like the late quarter. And yeah, the Packers, they really needed that bye week because Jordan Love was just getting a lot of banged up. They signed somebody on the running back squad or something, which I don't really think matters. But they're 6-3, despite all that's happened already. They're healthy. They just got Jair back. And that other dude, sorry, I can't pronounce his name right now. And the Bears, on the other hand, they kind of got demolished by the Patriots because Ramondre Stevenson is good. And Drake May played phenomenal. Their defense, or didn't play phenomenal, but he played solid for the team that he has. And the defense, they came along too, sacking Williams, I believe, 9 times. And that's just crazy. That's crazy. And the Bears, they're just trying to figure it out. Caleb Williams has not been great all year. He's had a couple good games. But other than that, I really don't know about this Bears team. But I have an upset. This feels like this game feels like some sort of trap game. And I got the Bears winning 34-31 in overtime against the Packers. Packers, after this week, are not going to own the Bears. The Bears are going to finally get the win that they need and want. And yeah, it just feels like some sort of trap game. Caleb Williams, I don't believe that he's going to get sacked a million times again. That happening twice in a row, unless you're 2021 Joe Burrow offensive line. Then yeah. Other than that, a lot of stuff's going on in Chicago right now too. This just feels like some sort of trap game. Maybe it's not. And we'll see if the Packers still own the Bears. Next game. Do we got to talk about this game? Jaguars at Lions? Seriously? The Jaguars. They didn't have Trevor Lawrence, and they missed Trevor Lawrence after this game. Because with Trevor Lawrence, they probably would have won that game. Going against the Vikings, they had 3 interceptions on defense. Still couldn't win the game and only put up 7 points with Mac Jones. And Mac Jones, yeah, that was just horrific. Again, Mac Jones honestly is just not a good quarterback anymore. I mean, he's not shown anything impressive at all. And the Jaguars are just a mess themselves. And yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what else to say about them. Going against the Lions, which they threw 5 interceptions and still won the game. Burrow threw 4 touchdowns, lost the game. That just makes sense. Anyways, we'll get to that later. But the Lions had a bad first half. They capitalized in the second half with some turnovers, some sacks, some good plays. And they just put up not a perfect game, that's for sure. But a decent game in the second half. Because Jared Goff looked horrific with 5 interceptions. Basically kind of 4, though. It should be kind of 4 because he threw one off a Hail Mary. But yeah, the Lions, this should be an easy win for them. This should be a blowout. I got the Lions winning 35-14. And yeah, that's pretty much it for them. Next game, you have Vikings at Titans. The Vikings, Sam Darnold throwing 3 interceptions and still won the game. Bad news for that, though. Aaron Jones apparently went into the locker room, I heard. Yeah, not good at all. And the Vikings winning 12-7 is some crazy stuff there. Taking on the Titans, which, yeah, they started Will Levis, and it was kind of a good thing because they got some touchdowns. Will Levis didn't look too bad, but the pieces, honestly, I don't think this is Will Levis's fault. Obviously, he started off pretty slow, and then they just kind of started drifting from him. I understand. Well, I'll agree he's played some bad games, but I still think he has talent in him. Just like everybody, Anthony Richardson has played worse than him, yet people are already off the Will Levis train. I'm not quite yet, but the pieces around the Titans right now on offense, it's just not good. Tyler Boyd has not proved anything for him. Calvin Ridley is the only guy there. They just lost Hopkins to the Chiefs. Thanks a lot again. And yeah, this Titans team, I just don't know, man. Maybe next season. Who knows? Anyways, I got the Vikings winning here, 30-17. Maybe he'll put up another 17 points for the Titans, which should be cool. Maybe he throws another 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. That'd help his game stats, but won't help because they're already in a hole. Titan season's pretty much over anyways. They're already 7 losses. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Vikings win 30-17. Next game you got the Raiders at Dolphins. The Raiders had the best performance of the week and they had a bye week. Yeah. That was your best performance of the season. Yeah, the Raiders season's cooked. Before that, they got destroyed by the Cincinnati Bengals. My Bengals. Sorry, that was a little bit weird, but yeah, they got destroyed by the Bengals, and nothing much going there. Desmond Ridder didn't play good. Gardner Minshew sucks. Everything sucks in Las Vegas right now. They lost Adams. They lost their whole thing of going to being able to probably slip in a wild card spot or even a winning record, and that is definitely not happening this year as everything fell apart for them. And it's kind of sad. I feel you Raiders fans. You haven't been good for a while. You all missing Derek Carr, and honestly, you should try to trade for him. I mean, I don't see why that won't work out. I mean, yeah, you don't really got the pieces on offense either, so. But I mean, trading for Derek Carr, I don't think he'll. I mean, they're in a hole too. The Saints are, but it's mostly Dennis Allen's fault. I don't know. It's a whole situation in Las Vegas. Taking on the Dolphins, which got a crazy Monday night win, 23-15. I almost got my score right, but the Rams wanted to freaking sold me and sold my dad's parlay. But womp womp, not my fault. The Dolphins, Tyreek Hill had a touchdown. But he's been waiting for that. They almost OBJ and Tyreek Hill almost killed each other on that celebration. We're not gonna talk about that. Jalen Waddle was getting all open all over the place. Tua, the last thing for him needed to do is making a head tackle. Yeah, I bet Dolphins fans were screaming, "Oh my God, is he okay?" Because I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, never again, Tua. But honestly, the Dolphins actually have a chance here. If they can beat the Raiders and just put it together like a win streak, get this 500 again, and I think they could potentially flip in a 7 or 6 seeded wild card. Considering the Bengals, the Bengals are the Bengals. With the coaching and the defense. The Broncos, they just need to lose some games. The Colts are not doing well. Jets are not doing well. And honestly, the Dolphins could be that team. Not sure. We'll see. But I do got the Dolphins winning here. Enough yapping about them. I got them winning 28-10. I don't think this is going to be pretty. I think Tua starts finding a rhythm early like he did against the Rams. And I think Tua put together another good game against the Raiders, because anybody can against the Raiders. It's the Raiders. And their defense actually played pretty well against the Rams. Not allowing a touchdown. It was all over Stafford that day. That's what got them the big win. And yeah, Tua's definitely that cogwheel to the offense. But anyways, next game you got the Rams at the Patriots. Speaking of the Rams not being able to score a single touchdown against the Dolphins. 5 field goals on the day. And it's just crazy how they did not score a touchdown with that offense. I mean, how do you not score a touchdown with that offense, Rams? They had a rough day, though. The Dolphins' defense was all over them. The O-line was giving Matthew Stafford problems all night long. And it was miserable to watch him just get murdered every single play. And, yeah, nothing really going there. Obviously, the Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua yards will look good because, I mean, it was decent. They played decent, but it was just the O-line and the sacks and everything. Other than that, they need to pick up the pace here. The Patriots, on the other hand, they got a win over the Bears. The defense played good. Ramondre Stevenson, he had 74 yards on 20 carries. Drake May had a decent game. Other than that, the Bears, didn't they just lose a coach? Didn't they just lose didn't they just trade someone on offensive line? Yeah, Caleb Williams definitely did not need that to happen, as he got sacked 9 times against the Patriots. And yeah, that's kind of like Joe Burrow numbers in the playoffs against the Titans, basically. But because that's just historic. Like I don't believe that. But yeah, this could be actually a good game if the Patriots defense plays like they did against the Bears. If they can control Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp to limit them, I think the Patriots have a decent chance of winning this game. However, I don't think that's going to happen. Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp are just on a whole new level when they're on the field. And I got the Rams winning a little bit of a closer game, 31-20. Maybe the Drake May effect will have some touchdowns. I really believe in Drake May. With how little he has on offense, I mean, it's nice to see him do good. Honestly. With that horrific, tragic offense, I should say. Yeah, that's not that good, but yeah. I got Rams winning 31-20. Next game, you got Browns at Saints. Oh, God, do I have to predict this? The worst game of the week to me, Browns at Saints. The Browns, they had their best performance of the week. It was also a bye week. And, yeah, before that, they got beat by the Chargers pretty bad. Jameis Winston, he had that interception game. I had a feeling that was going to come very soon after beating the Ravens. And, yeah, the Browns, they're just hoping they don't go 2-15 or something, because I mean at this point that franchise is just poverty. That's the meaning of poverty. And the Saints, on the other hand, they're not a good team either. They did knock off the Falcons, which was a big surprise, but their division is such a dogfight, man. Like I said, I was close to picking the Saints last week just because of that. But, had to trust Kirk Cousins. Which he didn't play too terrible, not going to lie. He did have that interception. He threw for 308. But other than that, the Saints, these teams, I really don't care who wins this game. I hope it's the Saints, but I am going to take the Browns. Maybe Nick Chubb has a good game for once after coming off an injury. 23-16 is the final score. Cleveland Browns win the game. And if they lose to the Saints, I'm sorry, Browns. I'm sorry, Browns fans. Wow. It's pretty sad in Cleveland. As it's sad in Cincinnati, too. Anyways, next game we got Colts at Jets. The Colts didn't... I heard they did not have a good game, and it doesn't look like they did. They're putting Anthony Richardson in, though, for the rest of the season, which is good, because you got to see what you got in your quarterback. It doesn't matter about winning. You need to win with your quarterback that you think is going to be from the future. But they decided to start Joe Flacco to try to win games, and that didn't really work out too well. He hit that. I think he's finally hitting that age where he just, he was coming off a couch last year, and he had lucky enough power to take the Browns to the playoffs just to get destroyed by the Texans. Oh, I loved that season. And they're taking on the Jets, which the Jets got destroyed by the Cardinals. Didn't even score a single touchdown against that Cardinals defense. Yeah, I'm done taking the Jets, guys, as I said. I mean, that offense is just not clicking. Their defense is not doing well either. Nothing's going well in New York. I'm taking Colts in a close game, though. 20-17. Maybe Aaron Rodgers throws a couple touchdowns. I don't see him getting shut out from not scoring a touchdown in a second week. But I do have the Colts getting the W here. 20-17. And next game, you got Ravens at Steelers. The Ravens beat the Bengals, which they shouldn't have, because we should have got that pass interference call on three other people, or two people. I mean, Mike Gesicki and Tanner Hudson. But we're not going to talk about that. The Ravens got the win, and Lamar Jackson, he's a good quarterback. I mean, he's a great quarterback. There's no doubt about that. Derrick Henry's very good too, but he had his worst game against the Bengals, which is kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. That's tragic. Tragic how bad our defense has been, how good he's been. That's a little bit tragic. But I think he'll bounce back against the Steelers a little bit. But the Steelers, on the other hand, they beat the Washington Commanders with the Mike Williams game-winning field goal, or touchdown, my bad. Oh my goodness, I'm losing it. And yeah, the Steelers and the Ravens, I want them to tie, honestly. Can we get a tie? That'd be better than a win for any of those teams, because they're both 7-win and we're 4-win. So we desperately need a tie in this, please. Bad, because we had to literally win out to make a playoff spot, and that's kind of crazy. Well, probably have to, but I'm not gonna get into that until we get to the Sunday night game. But honestly, this is a tough game to predict, because these two always fight. Steelers usually have their number, but to me, I think the Ravens win here. I think the Ravens beat the Steelers and upset the Steelers. I have the Ravens winning 24-21. Lamar Jackson is just too much. I think he's going to be way too much for that Steelers defense. And Russell Wilson, he's played good, but I don't think he's going to get the win this week. And hopefully that Steelers downfall happens, because that will really help us getting into the playoffs. Just saying. Next game, you got Falcons at Broncos. The Falcons. I think Younghoe Koo. Oh my god, I almost said. Let's just ignore I almost said that. Younghoe Koo missed some field goals, I believe, and they lost to the Saints. Yikes. Meanwhile, the Broncos, they missed a field goal to beat the Chiefs. And the Chiefs just keep finding freaking ways to win, bro. It's so frustrating. Why can't we find ways to win, huh? Maybe because we have a bad defense and Zach Taylor and coaching. Anyways, this is a tough game to predict as well, because both these teams, they've been good, but they've had bad games before. But Bo Nix is getting in that rhythm. I'm sorry. I know, Broncos. I haven't believed you all season. But I'm sticking with my gut right here. I'm going to say Falcons win this game. Close game. 26-19. I just... I don't know why. I just feel like the Falcons are going to win this game. I mean, even in Denver, I just feel like the Falcons are going to win this game. That's all. I'm going to take Falcons here. I'm going to stick with it. 26-19. The score. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Next game, you got Seahawks at 49ers. The Seahawks had a bye week as well, which was much needed because they lost at home to the Giants. And that's tragic. That's tragic for what their record is right now. And they lost to the Panthers. Very tragic. That proves the Seahawks are a very mid team. It might be bad. They're playing the 49ers, which the 49ers, also another team that's missed 3 field goals, was still winning that game. Nick Bosa got stiff-armed by Baker Mayfield. Did not expect that to happen. What the heck? 2 strong guys on each other. Like, hey, yo, bro. Calm down. Nah, I'm playing. But, the 49ers, they're happy to have Christian McCaffrey back. He was a huge piece in that offense against the Buccaneers. And the Seahawks, I just don't believe in the Seahawks. I didn't believe them from the start of the season because they still have Geno Smith. He's not going to prove you guys to be like... He's not going to prove himself to be a Super Bowl quarterback or even a playoff quarterback. I mean, it's just not going to happen. You need to get away from Geno Smith and draft a quarterback. Please. Stop wasting all that talent that's on your team on freaking Geno Smith. Because Geno Smith is not the guy. Sorry, 49ers win 24-13. Moving on to the next game. You got Game of the Week. This could be okay. This is another one that could be a Game of the Week. Chiefs at Bills. The Chiefs found another way to win by special teams again. Or this time, against the Broncos. I mean, it's crazy. They blocked the field goal. I just jumped in that game just to see. I was like hoping the Broncos would. Honestly, I don't know. I hate the Chiefs, but we needed the Broncos to lose that game just for us to stay in playoff hunt. But yeah, they blocked the field goal, and they still found a way to win. And it's crazy. It's really, 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 really crazy. And honestly, the Bills are kind of banged up too. Josh Allen's been on a tear, but he hasn't had... I think Mari Cooper, he's going to be due for a big game if he's playing. I don't know who the heck is playing. Dalton Kincaid got injured. I don't think he's playing. But honestly, I'm going to say it. Chiefs, I'm so sorry, but you are losing and getting blown out to the Bills this week. 34-14. Bills win it. Get mad at me. I don't care. Next game, you got Sunday Night Football. You got the Bengals at Chargers. No, please. Please. Can we just have bye weeks? I'd rather have bye weeks than watching this disgusting defense and Zach Taylor. Please. Just please. No, but the Bengals lost to the Ravens. Heartbreaking. Jamar Chase, 260 yards, 3 touchdowns. Burrow, 4 touchdowns, and over 400 yards passing. How the heck did we still lose that game? We lost by 1 point against the Ravens, blowing the lead. We should have won that game, but we didn't get 2 pass interference calls that would have been helping us at that last play. What a crazy 4th and 10 conversion to Oshivash, though. That was crazy. That had me on edge. I was going crazy that night. But man, that sucks. It really sucks because I think our season is actually done. How good this offense has been, and we're still only 4 wins into week 11 is crazy. It's just upsetting and crazy. We need to get rid of Zach Taylor, and we need to fix this defense immediately. And I don't understand why the frick Zach Taylor is still on our team. I was hoping, all these nights I've been sleeping, I was hoping he would be fired. You're going for our 4th and 3 twice and go deep and have nothing there. Are you serious? What the frick? What kind of play calling is that? Okay, I'm not gonna talk about them anymore. Next, you got the Chargers, though. The Chargers, the Chargers, they had a nice game against the Titans, and you know what? Justin Herbert, he's balled out all season. He is really balled out, even getting injured and having a lack of weapons. I don't think he's got a lack of weapons anymore. Jim Harbaugh has really turned them into very good weapons for Justin Herbert, and that proves Brandon Staley was just a bum. But predicting this game, the Bengals, this is a must win game almost at this point. We lose 2 more games, I think we're out of this. And we need to get this win. We have to be smarter. The Bengals have not proved that. I can't pick against my team. So I'm going to have to obviously say the Bengals win. I'm going to take them 26-17. Maybe the offense gets clicking a little bit with field goals, just like a field goal game. It just feels like one of those games where it's going to be clock management and field goals. That's what it just feels like. Anyways, we're not going to talk about that game. Frick the Ravens, frick the refs, and frick you, Zach Taylor. That's all I got to say. And frick you, defense. Last game, we got Texans at Cowboys. The Texans fell short to the Lions, even having 5 interceptions from Jared Goff. And honestly, I thought Nico Collins was going to play that game, and he did not. He should be returning for this game, which is going to help them a lot. Probably not a lot because, the Cowboys suck anyways. Meanwhile, the Cowboys, speaking of them, Dak Prescott, gone for the season. Offense, gone for the season. Everybody, it don't feel like there's nobody on the field for the Cowboys anymore. Dude, there's nobody playing on the field for the Cowboys anymore, which is kind of sad, except CeeDee Lamb, but who the heck is going to get him the ball? Let's be honest, they have no run game, bad enough. I mean, this Cowboys team is cooked. I'm going to take Texans with a blowout, 41-16. I don't believe in the Cowboys anymore. Never really believed in them. Except that one year after they lost the clock management against the 49ers in a wild card round. I kind of believed them in the second year. But other than that, nothing there. And finally, our bye week teams are the Cardinals, Panthers, Giants, Buccaneers. We will not talk about them this week. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think about these predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Or what you guys' favorite teams are. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on the bell not to miss a video. And I will see you next time, guys. Peace out.